News, the Central Bank of Nigeria, under the leadership of Dr. Yemi Cardoso, has been urged to start looking for more convergence with fiscal authorities as part of efforts to addressing surging inflation and complement its monetary policy in achieving price stability. This charge is coming from a partner and senior economist at SPM Professionals, Mr. Paul Alaje, when he appeared on our Business Nigeria program earlier today.
What we should do is to measure productivity. So it may not be totally wrong for central bank to want to support some critical sector of the economy, but to throw money at them will be a total failure. So what should Mr. Cardoso do differently? If he more supports the critical sector, it will be to go beyond just or merely supporting by doling money at them, hoping that things will change. What many of them will do is start buying not houses but estates in Abuja. Because they believe government money is free money. And they are not bothered the way you are bothered, the way I'm bothered, the way key government officials are bothered about what is happening to inflation, what is happening to poverty. They are not bothered. They believe it's their turn to take the money and disappear with it. But when we become serious with productivity, that is, for every 1 naira that leaves government covers, that goes in some of support, is it achieving the goal, the aim with which we set them to achieve? At that time, we'll start seeing difference. So look at this supply side on one hand, which seems to be hampered, which seems to be reducing. Two, non-convergence of policy between fiscal and trade. And I can also add even fiscal authority, trade, and monetary authority. No convergence to my mind and what the numbers are saying. I'm not saying these people don't drink tea together. No. I'm not saying these people are not mixing. I'm not saying these people don't have single committee. No. But their policies are not converging. Number three is, if you must give to critical sector, you must follow the money. You must ensure productivity. There must be timelines. And it will not just be supporting, going through commercial bank alone. It must be an holistic measure. And we have to have a roadmap as to what we intend to achieve and measure those achievements. That way, you will start seeing the difference. This is what happened in Malaysia.
A coalition of civil society organizations has sounded the alarm on an alleged plot to undermine the Central Bank of Nigeria's proposed banking sector reforms. The civil society organization, comprising of Constitutional Right Advocates Initiative, Kandrel Advocacy Center Movement for Nigeria Restructuring, Center for Social and Economic Rights, Committee for Protection of People's Mandate, and Commonwealth Institute of Advanced and Professional Studies made this known at a media briefing in Lagos to expose the purported scheme. According to the spokesperson of the coalition, Mr. Nelson Ekujimi, one of the critical pillars upon which the economic reforms agenda of the federal government was anchored was the proposed banking sector reforms.
If a bank has been established to perform statutory functions and there are clogs in the wheel of progress, those clogs for the bank to be able to do their job have to be, removed. So it's not about losing jobs alone. When the banks are recapitalized, it means the banks will become bigger, stronger, and better. And they will even be able to create more jobs. The banking sector is not only about deposits or giving out loans. Banks should also be able to invest in critical sectors of the economy.
And that is the whole essence of alerting Nigeria about this tendency of some people who are strong enough in the system to want to browbeat and frustrate the recapitalization project in the banking sector.
There is an issue which needs to be addressed, and that is to make our bank stronger, so that the banks can do businesses that banks are supposed to do, not just buying and selling. Most of them know our banks does a kind of intermediary and buying and selling. Currency, forex round tripping, and declare billions and billions of. That is not what the banks are supposed to do.
Away from that, in a significant move to combat the influx of substandard goods into the country, the Standards Organization of Nigeria has introduced a new initiative called the Product Authentication Mark Scheme. The digital tool allows consumers to verify the authenticity of products before purchase, enhancing consumer protection and product quality in the Nigerian market. TVC News senior business correspondent Ifunaya Eze has the report.
It was discussed at a sensitization program where the Director General of Standards Organization of Nigeria, represented by the Director of Product Certification, Mr. Enebi Shaibu Onucheyo, underscored the scheme's critical importance. He noted that with most of the goods in Nigeria being imported, ensuring these products meet the agency's quality standards is crucial.
Product Authentication Mark, PAM, is a scheme that is going to empower the consumers first, because they are the focus. What it means is that empowering the consumer, meaning it's going to give you the opportunity to confirm the quality of the product even before you pay for it. If you use smartphone, easy. You just scan with your QR code, just scan the authentication sticker on it. It will give you all the information you need to know about that product, whether it's authentic or not. And if you don't have a smartphone, you have the other type of phone, just send SMS to 281. You get every information into that will confirm the authenticity of that product to you before you even pay at all.
Others explain that the product authentication mark is part of the Standards Agency's broader effort to ensure that consumers are protected and that the products they purchase meet required quality parameters.
The product authentication mark is more of a further check on all imported products. The PAM sticker, which has 21 security features on it, which is where a lot of people are bothered about, okay, it's going to be faked or whatever. It's a security print. It's been practiced in countries like Kenya, Egypt, Uganda. I'm bringing countries back home. I'm not even talking of advanced countries. And they've done it for over 10 years and it's working for them. So that will now ease out the problem of influx of substandard products, because now once people don't patronize you, of course you cannot sell, so you won't bring in the product.
While highlighting some concerns regarding the implementation of the scheme, port traders and other stakeholders at the program concede that the technology-driven initiative would provide a seamless process for confirming the validity of products by consumers. Ifunanya Eze, TVC News, Lagos.